All right, good morning, guys. God bless each and every one of you guys. It is a motivational Monday. It is Monday, May the 23rd, 2022, 3 minutes after the hour. Welcome, Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. That's Senny J with Barbi Cologne, only place on earth where you get your morning started right. God bless you guys on a motivational Monday. Chat room's wide open, or please call in 570-926950, broadcasting live, iHeartRadio, radio.com. Also sponsored by Comedy World Network. Please download the app. We truly appreciate you guys. God bless. Gathering, let's have a great show this morning. Also, we were on YouTube as well this morning, guys, so go to our YouTube page, like and subscribe to the page, and you get notified when we go live. We truly appreciate you guys. On a motivational Monday, like my mother always say, thank God for Jesus. We're on all social media platforms as well. God bless you guys and good morning. We truly appreciate you guys for hanging out this morning with us. We're on Facebook as well this morning. So go to our business page, the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team business page. Like the page and you'll get notified when we go live. Thank God for Jesus. Join our group, Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team group. One of the hottest groups on Facebook. Thank you so much. We, again, for the fourth time, I just said it, we appreciate you. This is where you get your morning love, just in case you have a deficit of morning love. But most importantly, it's the only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Senny J, God bless you. Good morning. Good to see you. And how are you?
Good morning, Shawn. I'm doing great. Good morning to everybody listening. We have an amazing show for you today. On this Motivational Monday, I have entertainment and front page news for you all, where I will let you know what's going on locally, nationally, and globally. So make sure you all stick around for that. Good morning, Barbi.
Good morning, Senny. Good morning, Shawn.
Good morning, Barbi. Barbi, first of all, it's good to see you. God bless her. Barbi said she wasn't feeling well the last couple of days, so Barbi's good to see you, and welcome back. Now, I want to say something before we start. Okay. Harvey's feeling good. Remember last week I was around 15,000 people who was to test positive of COVID, and I didn't want to be around folks because I didn't want to be a super spreader. I was negative of COVID, but I probably had it 8 times already anyway. So I stayed away because I didn't want to get anybody sick. I want to give a special shout out to the folks in Dover, Delaware, because I was concerned because I thought maybe I was down there spreading virus. Turned out to be I wasn't. And I want to give a special shout out to my man, Ed Papers, man. I'm so sorry that I couldn't make the event this weekend in Tampa, Florida, and I appreciate you. So thank you, and we'll definitely do a makeup, and God bless you, brother. Now, also, Friday was my first day back out, Senny J, and I went over to, Sharonda Rogers' celebration, her services for her, and may she rest in peace, and my condolences out to the family. And we went out there and we had a great time, and it was one of the rare funerals that I've been to, Senny J and Barbi Cologne, where everybody was laughing, and we were laughing. It was nothing but jokes, because that's the type of person you are. So it was, I mean, there was moments of sadness and somber. I get it, at any funeral, of course, but boy, was we laughing our asses off. Now, and it brings this up, ladies, and it's good to see both of y'all this morning. And a shout out to everyone in the chat room. Is that chat room? Is that thing working in there?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now, hear me out. And Jess, a man cave is 7:15. We're gonna talk to Jess. And it's weird. I still get this question from women all the time, Barbi Cologne and Senny J, and I think it might be a little inappropriate. And I'll tell you what it is. I was sitting there. Right we was at the wake, and we were all sitting in the back, and we were all talking, and I was around a bunch of women, right? That I know, I see them all the time, love them to death, just like Sharonda, right? And then other women walked in, and we were exchanging pleasantries and hello and all that. And while I'm talking to a bunch of other women, right, one of the women, right, come up, yells out, "Shawn, good to see you." And I'm running through the same situation again. "Shawn, good to see you. How's your wife doing?"
That's a regular question.
I don't think it's a regular question, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Why you gotta ask, if I'm around a bunch of women, why you gotta ask how my wife's doing? Hold on.
I would have
And
asked somebody that too.
And you don't even know who my wife is. And I get the courtesy part.
She don't know who.
No, it's just no. No, but she just knows
Okay.
through. Just knows through social media and all that. She's a young lady's a friend. Of mine. How's your wife doing? But it was when she said it, it kind of echoed through the room. Because remember, I'm talking to a bunch of other women.
Yeah.
And I get that a lot with the ladies. And ladies, I think it's an inappropriate question from time to time. Now, few minutes later, I'm sitting with one of the comedians. Shout out to Marlene Brown and B-Love and all of us. Boy, we had a good time at Sharonda's funeral.
I don't think I've ever heard nobody say that. Sean.
Oh, we had so much fun. And when
we had a good time at XYZ funeral.
Yeah, and you know what? I had a great time too at my uncle's funeral, Reverend Fletcher Carfield. That funeral was a party.
Oh wow, okay.
So I'm sitting next to a young lady, right? That looks. It's an honest mistake. She looked like my wife.
Okay.
Right? And two of the young ladies, Barbi clone, rolled over to me while I'm sitting next to this young lady that I know, and they say, "Well, how rude of you not to introduce us to your wife."
Oh no.
Senny, I laugh, we all laugh. I go,
He said we all laugh.
this is not my wife. This is somebody that I know. So once again, why is it so important on a Motivational Monday? God bless each and every one of you guys. Welcome to the show. Why is it so? Because men, we don't do that.
Sean, because
men don't be yelling out, like if men are around a bunch of other women, men don't yell out, "Yo, how's your wife doing? How's your girlfriend doing?" Men don't do that. But it seems to be a pattern with women. Why do women have to, like I'm in a conversation, like Barb, let's say you and I, we're just talking.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden another young lady coming down, I know, love to death, and go, "Hey, how y'all doing? How's your wife?"
well, I wouldn't yell like that if I'm talking to you.
But
Hey,
that's how
girl.
I'm hearing it in my head.
Okay, in your head, that's how you hear it?
I
Okay,
hear-
so it's in your head.
In my head, I
Keyword,
hear.
your
In my head, I hear, "Who's this woman you talking to? And where's your
Exactly.
wife?" That's
Sean.
what I'm hearing.
I'm sure they didn't mean it that way, Sean. 'Cause
What
a lot of times,
is-
has your wife, a lot of times females, they get a little taken aback, or if it's your wife, well, you didn't introduce me to her, who's that?
Wait. Why you don't ask about my mother, my dog, the kids? What's going on today? Why it's got to be this?
They just didn't want to be rude, Sean.
That's your mom.
And then one time I go.
They don't even know Cooper.
like I shared before. Once I get out my car, Senny, in Barbi Cologne. I'm on the phone. I'm talking on the phone, right? I was having a conversation with somebody. I'm walking into the supermarket. I run into one of my wife's best friends, right? I'm walking in the supermarket. She's walking out, right, Barbi Cologne? I'm on the phone. I see her coming at me. I'm on the phone. Before I can even say anything, she yells out, "How's your wife doing?" What the?
If it's one of her good friends, they know how she's doing. Like,
so
stop.
the person that I'm talking to on the other end, only thing they hear is, "How's your wife?
Sean, you being extra. It's only your head, Sean.
Why do the ladies feel that when they know a man that's in a relationship, the marriage part has nothing to do, just just a relationship? Why do women have the strong desire to announce how's your partner doing when men are congregating or talking to other women? What about Sean? How are you today? Sean, what's going on?
So when they come over, they don't say, "Hey, Sean, what's going on?" They don't converse with you first and then ask about Tanya. They just automatically come right out. How's your wife?
They just come out and how's your wife? Now, before I get to
That's
you.
a little weird.
Before I get to you, Barbie Clone, Senny, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation, let's just throw Trev out there, our beloved Trevor. Let's throw Trevor out there, right? If you saw Trevor with a whole bunch of women and he's just talking, are you going to roll up to him, and I don't mean you, shout out to Tara. Would you roll up and yell out, how's your wife doing? And my second question to that is, have you ever did that?
Well, I wouldn't do that because I know how she's doing. But if I seen him, I would ask about her. I'd be like, oh, where is she? Is she coming over here? But I wouldn't, like, announce it, you know. But, I mean, a lot of the times it's, you know, there's really nothing else to talk to them about. So people might ask. That might be one of their first questions that they ask you what you're doing. But I mean, unless they're just trying to be funny, you know what I mean? It has to, you know, it could be your demeanor. Like, I might say something like that if I see him over there parlaying with some chicks. You know, I might be peeping the situation and go over there and be like, where's Tara? Your wife.
Right.
Is she over here? Is she coming? She got the kids with her? I might, just trying to be funny or whatever.
Depends on the situation.
But so that begs me to ask you, how was you talking to these women since you were talking to so many women?
So my whole question is...
No, answer the question.
Well,
I mean,
how was your body stance?
Right.
How
What
was
your body language showing? Like,
and who was this woman?
My body language was regular. Like if I'm sitting here, like I'm talking to you guys. We're sitting there and we're talking.
You're sitting
we're
there.
reminiscing
You're close
about the loved one that passed away, and we're just, you know, there's some closure. There's some closeness because we're sitting in.
Ain't nobody standing 6 feet apart.
Nobody's 6 feet apart.
Still in a panorama.
Nobody gets there about 6 feet no more. So my whole thing is.
No man.
Okay, so Barbie, let me ask you a question before we get to the man cave. Why? First of all, have you ever seen a man that's in a relationship and you saw him and he's congregating with a bunch of women? Have you ever asked the first question? Hey, how's your lady doing? How's your wife doing? Have you ever did that?
I don't ask that first. I'll ask them, hey, I'm going to say, John, hey, John, how are you? You know, and then if I don't see his wife or if it's someone who I haven't seen in a minute, how's your wife? How is, you know, XYZ? Because I want to know how she's doing. Dude, I'm not doing it to be rude or anything.
Senny, do women really want to know how the wives are really doing? Or or it's a deflection on the conversation that they're having with these other women?
Some men, they want to make sure that their wife is on their mind. I mean, it all depends on the type of person. Right. I'm not going to say all women, you know, or a majority of women. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. They could be just trying to be funny. I mean, talk about your relationship.
I'm asking because I genuinely want to know and care.
Right. Like,
I wouldn't ask.
Did you know this woman? Who was this woman that asked you that? Is she just like somebody you just know on Facebook, like as an acquaintance?
Two of them just as acquaintances on Facebook. But a few of them I knew. I knew them.
I mean,
like
going
just every
into
day.
the grocery store, if it's her best friend.
It's her best friend.
I mean, she was probably being funny.
Right, right.
No, I don't
like,
think,
how's the missus? I mean, if it's her best friend, she should know how she is. Why she need to ask you?
I don't think that you guys dumb it down by using the word funny. I don't think it's funny. I think that you guys are either insinuating something,
sure,
or whoever I'm talking to, or whoever the man's talking to, it has to be known. It has to be. So it's almost an invasion of privacy.
Oh, you
it's almost it borderlines. It's borderline because why you can't ask me how I'm doing? What's going on? How's your day?
Well, before we get to the
next question, but you know what it is? I tell you what it is. Welcome to the show, everybody. Those folks in the chat room, what are they saying in the chat room, real quick, Barbie? You know what it is, Senny? You know what it is? It's the insecurity. It's the your boy Harvey's back. It's the insecurity of the female, of the women. That's asking the question because maybe they've been through something in their lives and some trauma bond in a relationship, which we all have, where it sparks them to ask this question.
No,
I think that has a lot to do with it. and I know we've already talked about this issue before, but what I'm saying is this. Ladies, if you see me in the street.
So you don't want us to ask about a time?
Yeah, I want you to ask about my wife, of course.
Ask about you first?
But ask how I'm doing first. Because I'm going to ask you how you're doing first before I ask you how's your husband or your man's doing. I'm not going to sit there and say, how's Craig doing without asking you how you're doing, even if you're talking to a whole bunch of men. And I'm not rolling up like that. Us men, we don't roll like that. If we see one of our brothers in these streets.
So you never asked one of your homegirls how's her husband?
I've always asked my homegirls how their husbands are, but I ask them how they're doing first. See, men, we don't do that, Barbie. If I saw one of my guys talking to a whole bunch of women, right?
Yeah.
On a social tip or whatever's going on, I'm not going to roll up to him and go, yo, Craig, how's Cynthia doing? Your wife. Men don't do that.
Well, I only do it with people I know personally.
Men don't do that.
If I haven't seen the wife in a minute, you know.
If you a man and you do that, you a bitch ass neighbor.
Not a bitch ass neighbor.
If you a man and you talk and you see your man talking to a bunch of other women on the social tip, and you go yell out, "How's your wife doing?" There's some underlying motives there.
Kwani said, I think it's a respect thing because if I see you, I will speak to you. But also, how is your wife? It just shows that that I'm not interested in you, and I know that she's your better half. I agree, Kwani.
I agree with that, but right. Why do women ask how the wife's doing
because
first
it's
instead of
small
talk? Like if Kwani, if you see me in these streets and you see me talking to a bunch of women, right, and you roll up on me, Kwani, of course, all due respect, ask how my wife's doing. I get it. But can I get a, Shawn, how you doing? You okay?
I agree with that part.
What's
like
going
you
on?
Definitely.
Can I get that?
Like you definitely should ask.
Can I get
like,
some of that?
We need to converse first. Like, hey, I'm all right too. I'm good. Like I'm good.
Senny, is there insecure issues with your women that y'all got to ask these questions first? Because and then, like I said, one of my homegirls, God bless, I love her to death. She was like, Shawn, you not going to introduce, that's another thing. Shawn, you not going to introduce me to your wife? Whoa.
It's one of your homegirls? Like,
it's one of my homegirls, yeah.
Was Tanya there?
No, she wasn't there.
Well, then, girl, you shouldn't be asking that question. She ain't here.
No, it was an honest mistake. You know, maybe she thought that was my wife.
I was talking about what the girl you was sitting with next to.
Yeah, next to.
Okay.
It was an honest mistake.
Well, yeah,
I get it. She was being polite, of course.
Right.
But what I'm saying, and I love her to death, of course. But let's throw devil's advocate out there. What if I don't want to introduce my wife to anybody?
Maybe if it's somebody who you don't personally show.
But Senny, why y'all gotta come so direct with it?
They try to shoot that shot.
You not gonna introduce me to your wife like she trying to bag my wife? What's going on?
It's because
what we gonna do? Have a little threesome or something?
She ain't trying to bag your boo showing.
Usually when I see things like that happen, you have to think first of all, Shawn, the life that you have led, has been very peppered with women in the past. You know what I'm saying? Some of your comedy. You talk about all your women and you're out all the time. So, and your relationship with Tanya, it's not like you flaunt it all over the place. So it's like seemingly people think you're not with somebody and then, boom, you're married and everything.
Whoa.
And I think a lot of people they feel like they can come at you like that. I mean, honestly, if you feel like it's a problem and that's how people are always coming at you, I've seen women that say that
her with you.
to people like that. They, people that they feel like are always out and always around women. They want to be funny and be like, oh, well, how's your wife doing? How's things with you? Because they're trying to
take the temperature, girl.
Right.
See if they can shoot their shot. Sure.
Right. You never know. I mean, a lot of women have different motives. Right. I mean, I don't approach guys like that I know are in relationships because that's rude.
Yeah.
So if you decide to approach people like that, and if that's the vibe that you're getting from these women saying that, then maybe you need to.
Right, it's your fault.
The whole world.
It's you. You cultivated that space around yourself.
The whole world.
So you should be like, my wife is doing lovely. Thank you. How's your man? You still single, girl? What's going on with you?
Just be like, we still married. married.
Right.
We still thriving.
Like, just turn it right back on them.
That's
Like,
it. That's
okay,
it.
ma'am.
But
How
wait,
Craig
but
doing?
You
why?
see this ring here, ma'am?
Right.
I'm doing good.
Wait
She
a minute,
is the love of my life.
Cindy, you being funny. You being funny. And God bless you.
They're being funny.
Right.
Why are you saying that?
No, Cindy, first of all, you insinuate that, my wife is not out here in these streets.
I'm not I'm not saying that
uh,
she's not out here in the streets. I'm saying that you keep your relationship private.
No, I don't.
I'm saying that you did. I mean, I'm saying that a lot of people, they didn't know that you were married until you posted it on Facebook.
What? Hey.
I'm
before we
just
move
saying.
on, wait a minute.
I think that
Cindy,
that a lot of people
No.
feel that way
Barbie
if they're
Cologne,
gonna come at you like
I was
that.
dating-
That's my opinion.
Okay, Barbi Cologne, I was dating my wife, right? And we didn't post on social media for 7 months.
Yes.
We dated for that long.
Right.
And then we posted that we was in a relationship.
I remember.
That was a few years back.
Yeah.
And since then, everybody knows, that's friends, that's on social media, knows that I was in a
I'm
relationship.
not saying that
Prior-
people
so
don't know.
everybody
I'm saying
knows,
that
Senny,
but I'm saying in the span of people knowing you and then you being married, I can see where they would be like, oh, well, when did that happen? I didn't even know he was seeing anybody.
It is a short window.
Not saying that you
know.
It's just saying, because when you publicize that, of course, people in your life and people in your circle know, Tanya knows, you've seen it out. But now we're talking about external people. We're talking about people you do shows with, fans, different things like that. You know.
So are you, what else? What did I say anything real quick, boy?
I'm just saying, just take it for what it is.
So, Cindy, you're saying, but you're
People
insinuating
know,
like
people
this is
feel
my
like
fault.
you're. I'm just saying.
You're saying like this is my
no,
fault.
Well,
I mean,
But
in
that's
a
the way
little
I'm,
bit.
that's the way I'm
Right,
receiving
I
this.
mean.
If that's the image that you put out there, Shawn, you talk about things like I've been in 78 relationships. People have known you in the past in your drinking days. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
she
When you were
throwing this
little,
back.
da da da. I'm
Well,
just saying it all
especially
paints the
If,
picture.
if it's somebody who
That's
you haven't
why
seen in a while, they trying to, be 78.
I mean,
79.
absolutely. Yes. I just said
They're
it's
trying to be
rude. I don't
79.
think that women should be approaching you like that and saying stuff. And if you're not feeling it as a jokey manner and you feel it's offensive to you, that's why you're bringing it up, because you're feeling like, why are you asking me about my wife and you don't even know her like that?
No.
Oh, so then what are you saying?
No. I'm not saying that.
You're just saying you want acknowledgement. Stop asking about my wife.
Yeah,
I just want personal
I
acknowledgement.
think that it's a etiquette to it. I think when you see somebody, it depends on the situation. If it's a normal situation, and if I wasn't with no one or talking to somebody, people gonna come up and go, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing? How you feel? How's your wife? Or how's whatever?"
So you're saying because they didn't give you the hello, Shawn, first,
Right.
and then say,
But
how's
on-
your
on-
wife?
on
Don't
the
forget the
normal-
how's he doing.
You
but
didn't get
Cindy,
the
if I saw you-
salutation.
But
Right.
Cindy, if I saw you walking down the block and you was by yourself, hey, Cindy, what's going on? How you doing? What's blah, blah, blah. How's your husband doing? Like that's.
Right.
But if I'm not gonna say,
courtesy.
I'm not gonna
Courtesy.
walk up to you and go, yo, hey, how's your husband doing?
Right.
I'm gonna ask you how you doing, and then I might go into that.
That's
I'm
usually
not,
how
I'm not
it's
offended by
supposed
what
to happen.
anybody. I'm not offended by what anyone said to me. I appreciate folks asking how my wife is doing, but it just seems like there's some underlying motive.
And
with
that's what I'm
women.
speaking.
And I know what
she's
you're saying.
saying.
I get it. I don't know. Maybe I think you're off by thinking I give that type of vibe as far as
Well,
folks
start taking
don't-
Tanya
think you
to
get-
places with you then.
I don't
We go
think-
out all the time.
I'm talking about to the shows and stuff, but these people see you at shows.
No, I'm working. This.
Well, she could be your she could be
Sometimes
your
she
plus
can,
one.
yeah, but she works all the time. You know what I
Well,
mean?
she
And
do work a lot.
And I'm out late at night, and then I'm going places that are far away. Now, my whole thing is this, ladies. Hold, let me say.
Yeah, do your PSA.
Right.
Ladies,
Princess said, "What do we ever do before social media?" Right, Princess?
They were doing it before social media too.
No, he was talking about in regards to posting your significant other all over the place.
Yeah, but I'm saying people, I feel like for women that do that, because I've seen women that do that, you're doing it because you're trying to be funny.
Right.
Because that person is usually either not with their person or is always like out and about. Like, in different situations where they're not with that person and they're trying to say something. Y'all have never heard somebody, y'all have never, what Sean's talking about, seen that interaction occur
Oh, I've seen it.
and know what type of person they're talking about.
That's why I say I only ask that question to people who I know personally and I haven't seen their significant other in a while. And I'll say, hey, we'll have a conversation. I'll say, well, how is XYZ? Other than that, if I don't know you like that, like just from social media, I'm not gonna ask about your wife. I don't know that broad.
Right.
All right.
Y'all know her?
All right. Good morning, guys. Thank you, Barbi. Thank you, Senny. Got my guy on the phone, DJ Jess. Let's clap for him. God bless.
Hey, DJ Jess. Morning.
You there, brother?
Good morning, everybody. I'm here. Good morning, everybody.
Well, first of all, it was good to see you at our beloved service for Sharonda the other day. God bless you, brother. And I had to run out. I had to come back. I go back to Pennsylvania, and I know you did your thing with the party. Repass, the unofficial repass, and I saw the pictures, and I see y'all was getting down, and Sharonda would just definitely want it that way.
Yes, she would. Yes, she definitely was smiling down on us because we definitely gave her a great homegoing.
Jess, why the ladies always roll up to us men while we're talking to other women, and then everybody, welcome to the man cave. Ladies, thanks for sharing. 2 men are talking right now. Y'all can fall back.
Whatever, Sean. Whatever.
Thank you so much for your interjection. Pause.
I can't.
Jess, why as men we talking to a whole group of women and we just talking about whatever business, whatever's happening at that moment? Why do the young lady comes rolling up to us and doesn't ask us how we're doing? They always throw in, "How's your wife?" That happened to me 4 times on Friday, Jess. And then I got a one. People thought that JoJo Collins was my wife, and they was like, "Yo, you're not gonna introduce me to your wife?" Jess, see, he's laughing because he goes through this. He goes through this all the time, and he publicized, and his wife goes with him everywhere. Jeff, why these women? And I love them to death, and I don't get me wrong. I appreciate folks asking how my wife is, a relation. I get it, but why the conversation a normal conversation would start off with, "Hey, how you doing? What's going on with you? How everything's going? Hey, by the way, how's your wife doing?" That's how I started off. Jess, why do women yells out, and it sounds like Jess, and I know you know about the echo chamber from back in the day. It sounds like an echo chamber. How's your wife? Wife.
Sure.
They call themselves looking out like, "Yo, what are you doing?" It's funny, man. I can't stop laughing in my head about that because they really, really, I get that, like you said, quite often. I guess they making sure we doing the right thing. They always call themselves looking out, but we okay. I mean, we can have a conversation without it being going somewhere it ain't supposed to. That's just the nature of us being in the business and knowing a lot of people, but they tend to do that. So, because they think they looking out. They think we up to something. We're not up to something. We just know a lot of people. People know us. I mean, every couple of steps I took on that Friday, I was greeting and meeting people, and that's just the nature of, I'm a people person, just like you are, so we're going to talk to people. But it ain't nothing malicious. It's just us, But they call themselves, looking out for our other half. Our other half know they good. They know we people person. So you don't have to do that. We good.
Not Jess. Everybody, DJ Jess on the phone. God bless him. But Jess, I just want to flip this, and I would love to hear your opinion about this, okay? I'm going to flip this real quick. And I was just talking about this 2 minutes before you hung up the phone. Jess, us men, 100% men, we don't roll like that. Jess, if I saw you talking to a bunch of women, I'm not going to roll over to you and yell out the first thing out of my mouth, "Yo, how's your wife doing?"
No, we don't do that. That's 1,000% we don't do that, If we do have a conversation, we'll wait till you come back to us and say, "Yo, who's you talking to?" But we definitely don't be like, "Yo, I so-called hate." If you do, we ain't talking to you no more. You be hollering how you're like, "What? You done, son?"
Right, Jess. It's basically breaking the man code. Now, if I saw Jess Barbi Cologne and I saw him talking to a bunch of women, I'm gonna roll up to him. Hey, Jess, what's going on? How you doing? I'm be like he just said. I'll be over there. Holler at you when you're done. That's what men do.
That's what we do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Senny, what?
And that's how y'all, you know.
That's how y'all what? That's how y'all what?
That's how
Well,
y'all.
you're not supposed to ask. Men, you're not going to ask. It's one of those double standard things. You're not going to ask about somebody's wife to another man.
Especially
Because
if you
it's
with
gonna
a
be like,
female,
what
because you don't know if he's trying to holler at another female, because you know how, not saying you two, but men, you know, your homeboy married and he talks to another girl. Okay, y'all.
See, and Jess,
y'all do that.
And Jess, this proves my point, what she just said.
Y'all do. It's factual.
Excuse me. The issue is women have, the women who yells that out, there's either trauma, there's trauma from just like Amir Silly would say, there was trauma and drama in their lives, Jess, where they yell that out because just what she just said, you know how men are out here.
Because some of y'all are. We just speaking facts. That's it.
Go ahead, Jess.
I was just gonna say, I mean, men and women, they do their thing, but that doesn't mean that when you do that, you're putting us all in one box. We don't need to be all put all in one box, because like you said, I love showcasing my wife. You love showcasing your wife. Okay, we're in the business of chopping it up with a lot of people because we know a lot of people, but chopping it up with people don't mean that we're about to do something on the slide, on the slick, you don't have, I mean, if you want to ask me how my wife is, wait till we have a conversation.
Right. So the appropriate way, just like any other conversation, if a woman rolled up to Jess or myself, Senny J. Barbi Cologne, and said, "Hey, Shawn, what's going on? How you doing? How's everything going?" Like, "Yeah, girl, it's good. Everything good. Everything's okay with you." Blah blah blah. "Hey, man, how's your wife doing?" That's how it works.
And I agree with you in that part. That's definitely how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
Now, Senny used the word funny. She said that the women are acting funny.
Some of them are. They do try to.
I want to know what funny is.
Not like trying to make a joke, hee ha ha.
What's the funny?
Like,
Senny, can you give us a better definition of funny? Because it goes back to the trauma.
Sarcastic.
Like, yeah.
Go ahead, Senny. I'll let Senny roll.
Go ahead. She says women are being sarcastic. Go ahead, Jess.
They are because I mean, especially the ones who will that's the only thing come out their mouth and they keep rolling, like walking by house wifey and look like and keep walking. You looking like, what was that for?
Jess, have you ever been?
Like,
Have you ever been in that situation?
Yeah, and I go, she's right there. She's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's here. Yeah, she's right there. Because I told y'all when I was talking before, a lot of times my wife is in the cut. Nobody even knows that.
Right.
And they'll be like, "Hey, how's wifey?" I'll be like, "She right there." And I'm talking to 2 or 3 people, women or whatever, and she knows I'm a politic. I'm talking to people. That doesn't bother her. Because she knows she's good in her own skin. She knows I'm good. But that's what I do. I talk to people.
Networking.
Welcome to the Man Cave, everyone. Every Monday, 7:15, 7:30. Shawn Harvey, DJ Jess.
But I give my wife the same respect. If she's talking to a guy, I don't roll up on her. That was a prime example yesterday. She was talking to this man way in the corner, and I'm jetting to the bathroom, and I looked up, I said hello, and I kept going. She was like, wait, this is. And she was some friend of her father's, but that don't bother me when I see her, chopping it up, because how can that bother me when most of the time she see me chopping it up with people? And I know she's good. I know she got us. So that don't really bother me.
Let's clap for Jess.
Right.
This is a grown-ass man.
That's how it's supposed to be, though.
Jess, let me ask you. Welcome to the Man Cave, guys, every Monday, 7:30, 7:15, 7. How do we stop this movement from these ladies? It's almost.
Yeah, you're not gonna stop that.
How we gonna stop this move? Because Jess, the men got to take control. The men, we got to take control of this. I think maybe we got to step up and stop the madness. How do we stop these women from rolling up, being what you said, sarcastic, Senny?
Yeah.
Being sarcastic, being almost rude, Jeff, we gotta stop. We gotta start a movement to stop these women from doing
and
this.
that's where you have to discern
Okay,
which.
I mean, we gotta stay in the house and look out the window because they ain't gonna stop.
No, see, it depends on the situation. That's
They
when you
ain't
have to
gonna
discern
stop,
whether or not
yo.
they being sarcastic or being genuine. Like when I asked, like I said earlier, I only asked that question to a man who I really know, and we're going to have a conversation first, and then I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to say, like you, hey, how Ty you doing? If I ain't say her in a while.
Right.
But if somebody who I just know casually through Facebook, I'm not asking about his wife. I don't know her.
Go ahead,
Right.
Jess. Go ahead, Jess.
No, I agree. Like, first of all, if you don't know the relationship or know us personally, why you asking that question?
Right.
That got nothing to do with you, you know. But if you are a friend, you know, and that's generally what you do, you know, and you know her, that's fine. But if you don't know her, like, you're looking at you like, why you asking that question?
And I would ask them, why you asking about him? Somebody come to me, like, why do you know him?
No doubt.
Why you asking about him?
What do they say in the chat room, Barbie? Now,
He said, can't stop, won't stop.
Now, hold on, though. Get a couple of comments, but hold on, don't say me yet. Jess, I propose that us men, 100% real men, that's Jess and I and all the others, that we come up with some type of tag or some type of script or something we need to say in a polite way to these women that rose up on us sarcastically, as Senny would say.
That's what it
We
is.
need to have something to say to them. And just said, a woman said that to him and just kept walking. We need, I propose
what's
that
wrong
we
with
get
just
some type
telling
of.
them?
Right.
Just respond
No,
to
no,
them. You
because
just have
women-
to check somebody.
you know,
tell them she's good. How about you? How about your man?
Sometimes you
See-
got to fight sarcasm with sarcasm.
See, the
showing.
problem with that is, and just here's the problem with
What's
that.
the problem with that?
Women are very emotional. They'll start, how he was
Whatever.
disrespecting me. How dare you? Just, we need
Oh,
a script
please.
where I propose next week on Man Cave, we come up with a script that we can say to these women that are being sarcastic. What do you think? What do you think, brother?
All right, we're gonna get a Superman shirt where I put my picture on and just pull the chest open and say, "Yeah, she good."
Oh, yeah, that's right. We just make a T-shirt. We just print a T-shirt and says she's good.
She's good. I like that,
Just point
Jess.
to it.
All right. Well, Jess, we appreciate you. I just we have to start this movement. But before we let you go, Barbie, what did they say in the group room?
Natalie Rice said, what happened if you speak and don't ask about the partner? Is that being considered disrespectful? So, like, if somebody came to you, you don't ask about the wife. Is that to be considered being disrespectful?
Not at all. I don't think it's disrespectful if they don't ask about how your wife is doing or your girlfriend.
That's what I said. I
Again,
didn't think
it goes to what you said earlier. Do they know her?
right.
You know what I mean? If they don't know her, it's not. It's not disrespectful. If they know her, you still don't have to ask how she doing. You're just speaking.
Mm-hmm.
It really, yeah. There's no rule that says if you talk to me, you got to ask about her. You know what I mean? That's different if she's standing next to me and you walk over and speak to me and you act like she ain't standing there. That's a whole different conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not even responding. I'm like, she's right here. Like, you can't walk up and speak to me and not say hello.
Right. And I speak to her if she's standing right there. Like, that's the
Yeah,
that's
of course.
disrespectful.
That's a whole that's a whole
That's
different
a whole different
situation.
conversation. Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's different. What else they saying in the back?
Now, Roma Johnson said they be trying to call you out and let everybody know that you are married, so don't even think about doing it. So you won't even think about doing anything on the side.
See, now, Jess, that's a discrepancy for me. They want to call Roro, our beloved. They want to call you out,
And that's what
to
the
say that
sarcasm
you're in
coming
a relationship, to let everybody know. Now, who the hell has the right? God bless Roro. I love her to death. Roro, or any the person that Roro's talking about. How does a woman have that right to announce to everyone else that the man is in the relationship?
Right.
Who gives
That
this
ring on-
other woman that power?
She don't have it right. That ring on my finger says I'm taken.
They think
They
they
can
doing
see that.
something,
I guess they overstepping their bounds thinking they doing us a favor. You don't have to remind me. I know that.
Cindy
There
J.
are people out there that need to be reminded, but again, that's their own business. You don't have to step into that either.
Cindy J, have you ever stepped out of bounds in your adult life, stepped out of bounds and try to check another man and make these public announcements? Have you ever did that?
No, I don't care.
Okay, Barbi Cologne, have you ever stepped out of bounds, made an announcement? Hello, how's your husband doing? Have you ever did that?
Mm-mm. Like I said, I only asked if I know her personally.
So ladies in the chat room and fellas, put a number one chat room if you made this unauthorized announcement about that person being in a relationship or asking how the wife is doing, being sarcastic. Put a number one in the chat room. Let's be honest. Put a number one chat room if you ever done that.
Shout out to Beanie Green. She said you should. She said you should call her and ask her.
Right, I was just about to read that one.
Call
That's just say that you should call her and ask her.
And they ask you how's tired, you like you should call her and ask her.
Yeah.
Call her and ask her. You know her.
Reach out.
Right. Send her a message on Facebook.
All right.
Hey girl, how you doing? Look, I'm good. Who are you?
All right, Jess, we're gonna give you the last word. Let's clap. Man Cave. God bless every Monday. God bless. Jeff,
Cave.
Are they saying anything else? No. Okay.
Not really.
Okay, Jess, go ahead. You got the last word. Thank you, man. Thank you. We appreciate you.
As always, I enjoy starting my week off with you guys right here in the man cave. And if you don't already follow me at Apollo_DJ Jess. A lot of great things going on this week. I'm actually local this week, so hopefully I'll see you guys at an array of things starting on Wednesday with the Apollo all the way to the Stretch Factory on Sunday, Aruga's during the week. So it's a full lineup of stuff going down from Wednesday to Sunday.
Awesome.
So you guys have great week, and always enjoy chopping it up with you guys.
And Jeff, do me a favor. Tell your wife I said hello, my friend. You see?
How's your wife?
You see? How's your wife doing?
How's your wife?
You see how that worked? You see how that worked?
Please.
Because Jess and I are two grown-ass men.
I'm weak.
Jeff, Jess, tell your wife I said hello.
You do the same. Tell your wife I said hello. Tell her in the studio I said good morning and hello as well.
All right. God bless.
Bye,
All right. We'll be
Jess.
right back. 10 seconds.
Beanie said I checked my sister's man when I saw. He said I checked my sister's man when I saw her. I think she was saying I said hi. When I saw him. Okay, him.
Just wait. Just repeat it. Just give me
No,
one
I had to make sure because she had a typo.
Okay, all right. Wait. Just give me 1 second. Just repeat it.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Okay, we're back. Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Wake Up Team, Senny J, Barbi Cologne, place on earth where you get your morning started right 46 minutes after the hour. Okay, what they said?
Beanie Green said, I checked my sister's man when I saw him looking too friendly with a female. She said she checked him and the female.
See, now, we've had these conversations before. Cindy, we want to do a quick story before our next caller come in. We've had these conversations before. Beanie, God bless you. Good to see you again. You know your boy was out for a few days. You are Beanie Green, God bless. Chat room member of the week currently. You are totally out of order. I know that's your sister, but you are out of order for checking your brother-in-law and whoever he was talking to. Yeah. Even if the body language was weird, who gives you the authority, young lady? God bless. Hold on.
Being her sister-in-law.
Hold on.
The brother-in-law gives her authority.
Hold on. Who gives you the authority, Beanie? God bless. It's your boy Harvey.
Sure is, bro.
You just can't do that. You can't. And if they were just having a conversation, Beanie, were they having a conversation? Call in. Were they having a conversation?
The body language wasn't right, Shawn.
But the body language might have been. The body language might have not been right for Beanie because maybe what she's been through in past experiences.
No, Shawn.
You understand? So, Beanie, I say this: you was totally out of order, and you was wrong for that. All right. So, call in if you want to talk 570-982-6958.
Let me see any of somebody I know body language out of order. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, but to be honest,
Hey.
but to be honest
But
with
that
you,
hey gonna be like, oh.
no, but to be honest with you, body language, you see it anyway. Like it's just, I think that we just immediately go there. That's what I'm saying. It might have been some issues with all of us, not only Beanie. You might just go. It might not even be body language. They might be just up close to each other, talking to each other. But in your mind, it's body language. Something's going down.
It depends on the scenario, because
so-
you can tell when a man getting too
No, I
friendly
get
or too
it. No, I
comfortable.
get it. I get
as
that.
opposed to they just loud and they gotta be close to talk.
I'm
Sean.
not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is, I'm not disagreeing with. I'm just saying in the mind of the other person, like Beanie or whoever, that's what they see. They see inappropriate body language without seeing inappropriate body language. Senny, let's go with our first story. God bless on the Motivational Monday.
Wendy Williams has a bittersweet victory in court as far as getting access to her funds. Months after Wendy has been accusing the bank of freezing her accounts, a New York judge ruled last Friday that she would be able to access her funds, but under the supervision of a financial guardian who will reportedly assist her in managing her affairs. Her lawyer claims that Wendy is not happy about this. They stated, please be advised that Wendy is not in agreement with the appointment of a financial guardian appointed by the court. Wendy has been very clear that she does not want a financial guardian to tell her what she can and cannot do with her money. Court documents revealed Wendy accused Wells Fargo of improperly denying her access to her money, causing her to default or risk defaulting on several bills. She also accused a Wells Fargo financial advisor of lying about her mental instability as cause to lock her out of her accounts. Despite the decision to terminate the advisor as a result of her improper conduct in relation to my accounts, Wells Fargo continues to deny me access to my financial assets and statements. They said that they're going to continue to fight this, and she's open to getting an advisor, but one that she appoints herself. So
Beanie Green said her brother-in-law was a hoe and her sister was a pastor, and that still doesn't give you the right.
Yes, it
does. to check him. It still doesn't. If he's just talking to someone, and he was a hoe back in the day, it still doesn't give you a right to check him.
Well, she did it. She did it, and he
just
gonna
can't
deal with
do it.
that. And that's my sister.
Right.
And go tell my sister, and she gonna appreciate it. So
you just can't.
you can do anything in this world.
I know you can, but
You
Beanie,
can do anything.
Beanie,
And he knows next time, Beanie
So-
in there.
so-
I got my eye on you, sir.
So whoever he's talking to, because he was a hoe back in the day, I was too.
That's why you.
But you gonna get on me when I talk about
But if he's
about
having,
the
but if he's having a
circumstances.
conversation, you're still out of your realm, young lady. This
No,
is
you're
not.
not, Beanie.
You're out
the
of your
foot on your
realm.
neck. The foot on the neck.
This is
That's
not for
right.
you. You don't have the privilege to control the situation, even if he was a hoe. Now,
This
Senny.
is your world, and we just living in it, girl.
Senny.
Shout out to you. I would do the same thing.
Wendy Williams. Well, thank God. Her funds are being released. It's sort of like the Britney Spears thing, almost, right?
Almost.
Well.
I just don't understand why she just can't close her Wells Fargo account. Like, take my
Right.
money out.
But who?
I don't. Yeah.
Who are you? Know what
can't-
society cracking me up? Who are you to tell me how I can spend my daggone money?
I tell you. You want me
You
to
know
tell
what I'm saying?
I can actually. I can.
And it was
I
a
can
Wells Fargo employee
I can answer that question.
that started this whole thing.
If I-
She also
could-
said in the article that they think that Wells Fargo did something with her money and they're trying to cover up something.
I can
agree with
I
that.
can answer that question for you, Barbi, immediately. I'll tell you why. And then you're gonna say, Shawn, you don't know what you're talking about again. And you're gonna say, Shawn don't know what he's talking about. And then 2 weeks later, it's gonna be true. Just like everything else, I say, welcome to Harvey's house. When you open up a bank account, you sign these papers of consent. When you open up a bank account, you can't open up a bank account unless you sit there with that lady or that man in that office, or you're online and you scribble your signature down there. You have gave the bank all the power to your money. So when you say, I don't understand I can't take my money out the pot. There are so many banking laws that applies to you when you sign that paper. Wendy was better off keeping her money underneath the mattress.
Right.
But when you put the money in the bank, you don't even own your own money. That why you think, Barbi Cologne, when people commit crimes, the feds or anybody, they freeze your bank account. You can't go, hey, I murdered somebody.
I mean, that's kind of a different situation.
No, it's not.
What crimes would you committed?
No, it's not a different situation.
Yes,
no, it's not a different. I'm trying to share with you that the law with banking goes across the board. Whether if you're mentally challenged, you kill somebody, you're out of your mind, it still implies the same thing. You can't get your money.
But they trying to say that she's unfit. Like,
I understand that, right?
Like, how is she unfit? And even if I am unfit, I earned that money. I can spend it how I choose.
Nope. Once you once you deposit
Society
money,
be trying to be in everybody's
it's
business
not
too much.
It's not society. It's the bank. You put your money. You sign that paper. Barbi Cologne, don't you notice when you open up a bank account, and I think everybody's opened up a bank account, before you put a dime in that bank, you done signed 9 pieces of paper.
You do sound like documents.
You signed 9 and
You do
and
sound
let's
like
keep
documents.
it real. We don't read the banking paper.
Damn sure
There's
don't. Like,
too many pages.
but I ain't got time to sit here
But
and read
in
this.
those in all the scriptures of the banking Bible, it says, act like a fool if you want, or whatever you do, we're going to freeze that money.
He said, act like a fool if you won't.
So that, and Wendy Williams is caught up in that quagmire. And why you think they got lawyers on deck for this? They got lawyers on deck. You can't get to your money, you got to call a lawyer. There's 25 different financial banking lawyers. They got to call the bank and then, work out a negotiation. So remember, just like anything, you talk about society, Barbi, anything that we do, we sign that paper and we don't read it. And then people, remember, it goes back. It's the same thing like with Facebook, Barbi Cologne. People, that's my Facebook page. No, it ain't. None of it is yours. And Senny, that's why Wendy Williams has this problem. Maybe down the road, how many years did it take Britney Spears to get her money back?
This is not the same as Britney Spears.
just saying.
She doesn't have, if I was Wendy right now, I'm going to continue to go to the courts to fight this because ultimately I want my money out of your institution.
Every
funny?
dime.
And I might fire everybody around me because one of y'all said something to somebody. You were in cahoots with the bank, and she could end up going into some type of conservatorship type situation. If somebody around her, obviously if people around you can make these claims and just shut your whole life down, this would be great cause for her to go into some type of isolation because I wouldn't trust anybody around me, especially when you mess with my money.
Exactly.
Snaps says something funny. That's funny. Jenna Snaps. She goes, she should put her money in the credit union.
Crazy.
It's the same thing.
I was just about to say
funny.
that, girl.
That's funny though. That's hilarious. I'm screaming with laughter in the inside. That's funny.
With laughter
it's the same thing. It doesn't matter. Watch everybody now scramble and go online and read your banking agreement.
No, that's what you need to do is put your money in crypto. Then they can't do that.
Right.
Nobody can touch your money if you do that.
It doesn't matter.
Yo, it does because
You
it's
don't think
decentralized and nobody can get to your crypto account unless
Right.
they have your passphrase.
Are you serious
period.
right now?
Yes, I'm absolutely serious.
they had a
Isn't
big-
that not
which is
insured
one of the
yet?
benefits.
They
Like,
had
you
a
might
big-
lose your money.
They had
not if you keep it in a
had
a file off the internet. If you don't have it on the market, it's not going to lose its value.
They had a big story just the other day about some billionaire crypto guy.
That's because he didn't remember his password.
Lost a few $1 billion. But anyway, Wendy, I'm with you. I got love for you. You're almost there with your money. You can't go into the bank and get your money because when we sign these papers, and we've all have, guys, and I know you're going to say, Shawn, there you go again, but we've all signed these papers. We sign consent to everything. Keep that in mind, everybody. everything we signed a consent
Yeah,
for.
so you should look
Yeah.
to alternatives to keeping your money in a bank.
Well, the only alternative
And the
I see,
FDIC, they only insure it up to $100,000.
Right.
So
So
if you have more money than that, and they do, and because banks, they take your money and invest it into other things. So when they're getting rich off your money, if they lose your money, the feds are only giving you back $100,000.
And
So there's
again,
really no benefits to having your money in the bank anyway.
And then again, the insidious part of all of this, shout out to my man Fig. Fig's going to have a segment on the Shawn Harvey Morning Show as well. Even knowing all of this, Senny J, we still sign the papers. We still sign the papers, like my man said in Goodfellas. The papers. We still sign our name on these forms. And
yeah,
yes,
because
with the
people
bank,
make
with
you
the,
feel like you can't go anyplace else, and they talk
Right.
stuff down about crypto and other things like that are
kinda-
showing you other ways to do things and other ways to keep
It's like
your
a
money.
scare tactic trying to keep you
It
free.
is.
Well, you can
to
crypto it
explore
all you want, or you
avenues.
can have regular cash or regular banks. You got to sign something. It's out there in the world. You can trade. Even if you have a trading app, you sign those papers too. You're playing at your own risk. If you lose your money, it is what it is.
That's always the
Okay,
thing.
so-
If you keep your money in your house, what if your house burns down? What if somebody comes in and steals it from you?
But
It's
it's
always,
safe.
but the bank is the safest. Like I just
Clearly
Well-
they ain't no
and
more.
they clearly spend your money. So I mean I don't understand.
That's
tell
how
you
they
that.
keep
So
the
then how?
institution
So then
rolling.
what is the safest, Sean? What is the safest thing to do to keep your money?
First of all, you got to give it to Jesus. That's the first thing, because it's out of your control. Now, if you want it in your control, you take a little $100 bills and you stash it somewhere. And you back in the day, you dig a hole and you put it in your backyard. Other than that, I don't know what to
Don't
tell
have a
you.
tornado
But
or
then on top
earthquake.
of that, you talk about
didn't go
how hamstringed we are with the banking situation, but none of us walk around with cash no more. So there you go. Cindy, I asked you this question before you move on to the next
I don't
story.
got no money, so I don't
See-
got to worry about it.
Okay.
Right.
But Cindy, how much cash do you have on you right now?
I have literally probably $1 bill.
Exactly. Barbi, how much cash you have on you?
Maybe $40,
Right.
if that.
Yeah, that's a lot. I got no cash. I don't even carry I don't even know what cash looks like.
Maybe
But that's the problem here.
I
So
know.
remember, you guys, with all your banking institutions and whatever the big banks you have, you got Bank of America and Wells
Remember
Fargo
when it was
and
going to
all
be
this-
year
and-
2000 and everybody was scared because it was supposed to go back to like 00, and they were like, you're going to have to get your money out the bank. Everything's going to shut down because the computers don't know how to roll over. It was crazy.
I don't care what type of bank you have, if you got the mom and pop on the corner or Bank of America, you still have to sign consent. You have to sign all those papers before you put $5 in the bank. And then the moment you do that, they shove a temporary checkbook in front of your face. And
makes
now
sense.
you're good. You got your online app. You can see it. But you don't, it's weird. You're right, Cindy. You don't own your own money. So know that. So you can't sit there and say, I want to take all my money out. You can take your money out if you meet the terms and the conditions of the paper, those non-papers that you signed at the bank. Go ahead, Cindy. What else?
Yeah.
And I bet you not one of you guys in here, including myself, in here or out there in the world listening, not one of you guys, and like I'll start with me first, CJ, have a strong desire to read the banking contract that I signed. I don't even want to call Bank of America. I don't even want to know. Go ahead, Cindy.
I know. I hope Wendy gets out of that. Definitely take your money out of
Exactly.
there. That's what Wells Fargo's afraid of. They just don't want her to take all her money out. Pete Davidson is leaving Saturday Night Live. Pete Davidson has officially said goodbye to SNL. Prior to the show's episode airing, he posted a message to Facebook talking about his time there. The comedian has been on the NBC show for the past 8 seasons. There are other cast members that are expected to leave this season: Kate McKinnon, Aidy Bryant, and Kyle Mooney. All of them are expected to announce their departure, however, following this season's year 47th finale. Pete Davidson currently dates Kim Kardashian. He joined SNL at the age of 20. At this time, it is fairly unknown why he decided to leave the cast. I don't know if it was, I guess, part of it because they get new people in, but it seems like he didn't have any intention to leave before he got with Kim, but it might be a lot because he is in LA now a lot.
Yeah,
so he'd have to, fly back and forth.
Yeah, the whole thing is,
He
Saturday
hasn't
Night
been
Live.
on SNL since October, that October episode with Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, so the thing is with those guys, it's like a revolving door with the cast members of SNL. So, they say a certain amount of time, then they leave, and then a whole bunch of folks come in. And that's the way it should be. It's an ensemble cast. So it moves back and forth. So, but it does take a special interest with him because, he's dating the Kardashian, and, he's doing his own thing. So it's a good look for him as well because it frees up another slot for
someone else. Right.
For up and coming person. So I give Pete the utmost respect. And I know Pete. Like I shared with you guys before. He used to come to Mocha Lounge every Monday and just tell jokes together. I'm so happy for this young man. Now hold on, see, before you go into your next story, we got super promoter Kareem on the phone. Let's clap.
Hey, Kareem.
Hey, Kareem.
Good morning.
Now, good morning, brother.
How you doing, man?
It's good to hear your voice, man.
Same, always.
Now, Barbi, you know Kareem, right? Kareem used to live up here. He was the promoter of the comedy show at the Larry Holmes ringside, and he did his thing out here with stand-up comedy in the Lehigh Valley. I was honored to host a few of his shows, and they sold out theaters out here in the Lehigh Valley, and Kareem was definitely one of the premier promoters in the Lehigh Valley. So shout out to you, brother.
Appreciate that. I got my Orlando partners on the line, my lady caller, and my partner, Mike.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Okay, go on. He got, it takes a village, Senny.
Yes, it does.
He got
his whole team on him.
He has his business partner, and his lady is also involved in their movement now.
That's right. Teamwork.
Which is, I think that's really, really special, Barbi Cologne and Senny J, when you have your mate or your loved one, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever, involved in the everyday business that y'all both have passion for. Mm-hmm. So Kareem, when the ticket sales spike for one of your shows and you get a surge of ticket sales, does that make you want to have sex with your girlfriend more, bro?
Sean.
You mean more than we already do, yeah, absolutely.
and to the business partner, right? When tickets are surging, right, it makes you feel a sense of euphoria, right? Would you agree?
I know not to call when the tickets start spiking.
Right. So I wish you guys well in your venture. I want those tickets to always sell so you and your lady can have great sex and your business partner can do whatever he does. Now, Senny J, Kareem made an exodus out of the Lehigh Valley and landed in Orlando, Florida.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay.
Kareem, did you have warrants in the Lehigh Valley?
Not warrants.
Not that I know of. I was just ready for a change, brother. You know what I mean? I was doing the family thing, trying to make sure my kids was good. And, as they got to a certain age where I know they're all right and they can make decisions for themselves if they want to come or not, I said, it's time for me to get a new life and get a fresh start somewhere else. The Valley showed me a lot of love through the years with the promotions and the shows and stuff like that. But, I was ready for a change. My parents been down there for a minute. They ain't getting no younger. So I figured I'd go ahead and just, make a move. And, I'm happy down here. Everything's great. I love the weather. I love the people. The vibes. So I can't complain. I'm blessed.
Senny, before we get into this comedy show on Barbi Cologne, that definitely takes a certain amount of faith and a certain amount of courage to just, even though you have, your parents are in place and that's one of your main motivating factors for moving down to Orlando. But even moving is stressful. Like, you know what I'm saying, Barbi? Like, moving across
It really
the
is
street
stressful.
or
Stressful.
down the block is stressful.
Yes.
To pack up and leave and go 1,000 miles away and say, you know what, I'm going to do this and execute it and land in this new area and you're happy, I commend you, brother. Because a lot of times, Senny J, Barbi Cologne, we get stuck. We want to make a decision, but the fear won't allow us to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were in that comfort zone, Kareem.
Right. Exactly.
The most successful people in the world, and I'm nowhere near that person, at this point yet, but the most successful people in the world have to step outside their comfort zone. You got to take that leap of faith. Right. You know, if you believe in yourself, you believe in your skill set and, your capabilities, you got to take that leap of faith or else you stay stagnant.
Yeah, it's appropriate that you talk about this on the Motivational Monday because I talk about that all the time. And you are successful, my friend. You're in Orlando. You have a beautiful lady there with you, helping you out. And to Kareem's girlfriend, what's your name, young lady?
Carla with a K.
Carla with a K. Now, how did you and Kareem? How did that? I want to know how they met because for me and my. I've been, guys, if you don't know, I've been in 78 relationships, thrown out of 57 women houses, 3 baby mothers, divorced, married. I've met my last previous few girlfriends, Senny J, at comedy shows. Mm-hmm. That's where I meet all the ladies.
Right. Yeah, that's where you be at.
even my beloved wife, comedy show.
If I'm an interject, I can back that up because I remember quite a few comedy shows. People showing up, and then later on, I see Shawn dating them. I'm like, oh. Okay.
Whoa, chill, easy. Hey, take it easy.
Sometimes it's how it is.
Take it easy, my friend.
But it wasn't at a comedy show, no.
How did you meet? Cindy, we're gonna talk to them for a few, and then we'll get back to what we're doing. Okay.
Right.
How did you meet?
That's right.
How did you meet Kareem?
I swiped right.
Oh, on an app?
Oh, she swiped
That's so
right.
cool, though.
Let's clap for that, man.
Most dating apps, the people are creepy.
And I'm glad I did. No regret at all. It's been 2 years, and I'm happy.
I'm sitting here with my beloved Senny J. She has horrible experiences on dating apps.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to. Believe me, this was the first positive one, and I stuck to it, and I'm glad. I'm happy.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, let's clap. Oh man,
that's good.
Boy, good. Kareem, you did good, bro. You went down to a nice climate, and you having great sex with your girlfriend. Good for you. Now, to the business partner. What's your name, brother?
It's Mike.
Senny, Mike sound all business.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna tell my story. I just want to hear what you got to say. I want you to ask me how I met Kareem.
Well, before I ask you that, Senny, he's all business. Seemed like he got on a button-down shirt like me on. Like I think he wears a button-down shirt when it's 90 degrees outside in Orlando.
Oh my gosh.
With the hard bottoms.
Right. Mike is ready to go.
Mike ready. Mike get up in the morning and listen to Les Brown.
I don't know who Les Brown is.
You don't know who Les Brown is? Everybody, listen. Cindy don't even know who Les Brown. We'll get into that at another time.
Right.
Cindy, you don't know who Les Brown. See, the problem with Cindy is
I'm gonna Google
the problem with Cindy is Cindy. As a young lady, she grew up watching a lot of Babylonian shows, so she's just getting into her blackness now. Mike, how did the whole Kareem? First of all, are you a resident of Orlando, or did you migrate to that area?
I migrated to Orlando from San Diego, California.
Awesome.
How I met Kareem is I was coaching soccer for his son, and I told him that I had been doing promotions and marketing since about 2005, 2006.
Right.
And then he threw the idea at me, and then I had that little fear, like I don't want to get back into that, not being able to, make sure I can make things happen because it's been a while since I've been in the game. So then, like you guys were saying earlier, I took that leap of faith. I was like, you know what? It's either now or it's never, or I could be regretting not working with this young man. So we jumped out the window. We did our first show, and I said, all right, this is what it's going to look like. I said, let's just roll with it. Let's keep going. Let's keep moving.
See, and this is what I'm getting out of this conversation so far. Everybody, super promoter Kareem's on the phone. Mike and his lady Carla with a K is on the phone. Mm-hmm. This is what I get out of this conversation. You guys are a unit. You're a team. See, there's no I in team. It's It's a common bond. It's a goal that you want to reach. And in that goal, yes, you know, you grapple with each other, you strategize with each other. And the most important commodity in this team is the love for the comedy and producing comedy shows. Kareem, I know you love comedy and you love producing comedy shows.
Absolutely.
Now, in going to a new area, Kareem, everybody, we're talking to Kareem, super promoter, and the rest of the team. Kareem, landing in a new area and setting up shop, per se, in lack of a better word, what was the challenges with? Because Senny, he's in the Lehigh Valley, he got everything locked down. I was hosting his shows for him.
Right.
Kareem, the landing in a new market and setting up shop, what was the challenges with that?
The main challenges is, like you said, we had the Lehigh Valley sold 3,000 Facebook friends, 1,000 Facebook likes. You know, we can launch a promo. As long as the face was familiar, they was packing, they was flooding the building. The biggest challenge for me down here is I've got to rebuild a whole new following. We've got to go out and find a whole new following. You know, we've got to rebuild the IG, and you know, I told you they hacked my Facebook page, and now I'm starting from zero on that. So it's just the whole getting people to realize who you are, that you're serious. Venues, I walk in there, I'm fast talking. They don't necessarily take us seriously, and you know, the struggle a lot of times is getting the venues and getting the familiarity of people to trust you and understand that what you're going to produce is quality.
Yeah, but I can hear the confidence in your voice, and you're not going to let nothing stop you, and I appreciate that. Caller, seeing that Kareem, seeing his drive coming into this new market and seeing that the work that he puts in, how much does that turn you on, young lady?
Yeah, so sorry, Shawn. I think Shawn, call that off the line for a second. I just got it back. Shawn, could you repeat the question?
Caller, seeing Kareem's drive and being so ambitious in this new market which you live in, does that turn you on? Because Kareem, I guess it doesn't turn her on. Now, Mike, okay, so now you guys got your comedy show coming up at the next week. No, this weekend coming up.
This Saturday night, yes, sir.
Tell us about that.
Well, you already know we got Rob Stapleton headlining. You're coming down to host. I'm super excited about that because I know you're gonna murder it. You know, we got A.G. White. You know, A.G. White's a longtime favorite for both of us. You know, that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
There's a young man named Sean Finity. He's up and coming down here in Florida. He was on the Jimmy Fallon show not too long ago.
Right.
So you know, he's gonna get things going. And then we got two comedians that are two of Orlando's favorite comics, Roberto Font, aka Minnie, and King Kells. These guys, they're young, they're ambitious, they're funny, they're exciting,
right.
Really cool dudes. This is, you know, I call it an all-star comedy show. Got a little critics from that because, you know, you're looking at the show, you don't see Kevin Hart, you don't see Mike Epps. You know, you see these cats, you see Rob, you see AG, you see yourself, and they're like, well, all-star, why is this all-star? The reason why we call it all-star is because every last one of these cats are seasoned, funny, hilarious, personable. You know, Rob, yourself, and AG's been there, done that, doing it. And these other cats, they're climbing, and you're going to see a lot more of these cats in the future. So I'm really excited about this show because it's going to be phenomenal. Everybody's going to be hilarious from beginning to end, just like you said before.
Awesome. So all my folks down there in the Orlando area, I'm going to post a flyer. Come on out on Memorial Day weekend. That's the 28th. The show's on the 28th, right?
Yes, sir. This Saturday night on the 28th. It's going to be great, beautiful venue. Great cold drinks, bottle service. We've got a young lady outside that's got her own food business. Going to be cooking out. So we have a little cookout outside. Doors open 7 o'clock. Show start at 8. It's going to be phenomenal.
And Mike, are you out there busting your ass trying to sell these tickets, my friend?
I think we lost them both. I had them on a conference call with me.
Well, let Mike know that I said keep the button-down shirt on and the hard-bottom shoes in Orlando and get in those streets and keep it pushing. So, Kareem, man, I'll call you after the show, but one more time, let us know about the event this weekend. Let's clap for him, man. This is my guy, man. He lived up here, he did his thing, and now he's doing his thing down in Orlando. Tell us about the show, time, location, and all that, and we appreciate you, brother.
Oh, no doubt. All-Star Comedy Jam starring Rob Stapleton. Doors open 7 o'clock. Show starts at 8. It's going to be at the JCC Rosen Center in Dr. Phillips. That's on South of Poplar Island Road. Y'all come on out, you know what I'm saying? Show some love, have a good time. It's going to be great.
Everybody in Orlando, come on out. Check out your boy. I'm hosting. We'll be in the building May the 28th down in Orlando. All right, Kareem, God bless you, brother.
Yes.
God bless you all the same. Thank you very much to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show and the Wake Up Team. Appreciate the interview.
Bye,
No doubt.
Kareem.
All right, Kareem, God bless you. Let's clap for Kareem. That's my guy. Now, Senny. Senny, God bless you. Senny. When you said you didn't know who Les Brown was, there's a few other people in the chat room that said the same thing.
He's like a politician.
And no, he's a motivational speaker. Now, Barbi, have you ever heard of Les Brown?
The name sounds familiar. Let me Google him.
Barbi hasn't heard of Les Brown.
Wait,
No, you don't. If you know, you just say yeah. No.
Why would I know
the name?
See, no, I'm just saying it's not only about a motivational speaker. Like this guy is kind of like he had a show back in the day.
Okay, I've heard him before. I had to see a picture because I was thinking it was him, but I wasn't too sure.
Everybody, for the record, before we go into the show, none of these two young ladies don't know who Les Brown is. So, and some of the people in the chat room don't know. Put a number 1 in the chat room if you ever heard of Les Brown. I use a reference to Les Brown, and she's like, "Who's that?" And that's the problem here. Sometimes we don't know a lot of our heroes here in the African American community, but he's one of those heroes. So, put a number 1 in the chat room.
What was he about?
He was a motivational speaker. He had a talk show back in the day. Let's start with that.
What was he motivating us to do?
He was motivating us to be better at everything that you do in life.
What was he motivating?
But he had a talk show. Put a number 1 in. Damn, am I old as hell? Put a number 1 in the chat room if you heard of Les Brown and remember his show. They had a talk show for a few years back in the day. Put a number 2 if you. Lydia George says she never heard of him.
Exactly.
Put a number 2 if you never heard of Les Brown.
When was he born?
He was born like in the 30s.
Okay, so of course
I don't know
wouldn't
about the
know
30s.
him.
I'm just joking.
I'm about to say you.
I'm just saying.
He was born in 1945.
Right.
What I'm saying is
So he was like 50-something years old when I was born,
But
bro.
still, you still know a lot of. You know who Harriet Tubman was, and she died 150 years before you was born.
Oh, God. He ain't
It's
no Harriet
just,
Tubman.
He
ain't got no notoriety. I'm sure my mom knows who he is. Call Linda. She'll probably tell me. I'm going to call her when I get off the show, and she'll tell me all about Les Brown.
Barbi, do they know 1 or 2s? And wonder if they know Les Brown, too.
We have a bunch of 1s.
There you go.
Just 1, 2 so far. That's Tamiko. But everybody else that put 1.
See?
Trina Pinker, Bonetta.
See, they all know it.
Lee, Scott.
So what does that say
Diane
about
Hall,
you guys?
Natalie
You
Wright.
guys that don't know, what does it say about you?
Nothing.
What it says about you?
They follow motivational speaker like
Right.
Les Brown.
Right.
I'm not into it. Probably.
I'm
Les
not
Brown is
saying that. I
talking
said
about.
you
I don't know.
need to know
I'm
some of
not
your
as-
African American heroes. That's all I'm saying.
Whatever.
All right, Senny, what else you got? Boy, you don't know.
I'm not losing no sleep over it. And I won't.
Nah.
Texas parents are suing Apple. This was because I use these all the time. After their son suffered permanent hearing loss from an Amber Alert that went off in his AirPods. A couple in Texas, Carlos Gordoa and Arani Reyes of San Antonio, are demanding over $75,000 in damages after their 12-year-old son suffered hearing loss when an Amber Alert went off while he was using his AirPods. When he was watching Netflix with his AirPods that had been purchased 6 months before, he was watching Netflix on his iPhone, connected to the AirPods at a low volume. I mean, of course they're going to say that. We don't know how high he was listening to it.
Was high.
When an Amber Alert went off suddenly and without warning at a volume that tore apart his eardrum, damaged his cochlea, I think, and caused significant injuries to his hearing. The child also suffered from bouts of dizziness, vertigo, and nausea since the incident, as well as mental anguish and emotional trauma. He will have to use a hearing aid for the rest of his life. The lawsuit also claims the family will have medical bills to deal with for the foreseeable future as a result of the defective AirPods. The suit claims the devices are defective in design or lack adequate warnings for the risk of use. Had the lawyer representing them said, had Apple designed the AirPods to self-adjust to safe levels or provided warnings about the volume increases associated with the alerts, this boy would be living a normal life.
Was he living a normal life? And what was that thing that he broke in his ear? Because it sounded very perverted to me.
Cochlea?
It was a pause on that, right? Cochlea?
Yeah,
Well,
it's like the inner part of your eardrum.
well, That's something both of you guys haven't had in a long time.
I wouldn't want nobody being my eardrum, Sean.
Now here we go. Here we go. What's the young man's name?
They referred to the little boy as BG
And
because he's only 12 years old.
Oh, it's 12 years old. Oh my God.
He
Jesus.
had it loud.
All right. So my whole thing is this. I sympathize with this 12-year-old boy, and the parents need to be locked up in jail.
What?
Hear me out.
The parents need to be locked up.
Yeah, the parents need to be locked up, and the parents also need to be. There's also some negligence with the parents.
How?
Because you shouldn't be giving no 12-year-old boy these stupid iPods.
They're
headphones,
headphones,
Sean.
They're the little things.
The little things that go in your ear.
Yeah,
Like the things that you came in.
Yeah,
this
what
one.
you wearing?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. These are not headphones.
What are they?
These are headphones.
What's your old school headphones?
These right here. These are headphones.
It ain't the same
That is
thing.
not a headphone.
Just miniature, Sean. That's
This
it.
thing is going down into your membrane, down into your dreams.
That's a membrane.
This thing is going, and you know the 12-year-old boy had those things in his ear constantly. And that's why I blame the parents. And and we talked about this 2 minutes ago. Did you read any instructions? Did it tell you that maybe this thing might blow up in your ear?
But AirPods.
Senny, you need to be careful with those things.
No, I know I do. But when I do turn them all the way up, there is a thing that pops up that says listening at high levels. It can cause ear damage. It does give you a little update. But I do know sometimes that it can come, like if I'm wearing my AirPods and I don't have my phone with me and I get like a message or something, it does kind of seem a little louder, like the ding. And those Amber Alerts, they come through so loud.
They are loud, though.
So maybe they do need to do something with that, because those things, I have to take it out.
First of all,
he should not have it that loud.
First of all,
no, it's like it gets louder because it's an alert. It goes at like if you have it on low, it's gonna come. If you have your phone on low, but you get an Amber Alert, it's gonna come through as high. It comes through louder.
Especially, first of all, shout out to my guy Princess Cox, who's no pause, is looking out for me over the weekend. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. And secondly, Senny, a thing is something that you haven't had in a minute. And third, this. Yeah, again, back to the parents. The parents are negligent for this. It's not the company. They give you a warning. They probably have it in their literature, that literature that we never read. This 12-year-old boy, God bless him. I'm so sorry that this happened to you, young man. You have to wear the earphones. What's the hearing aid? You gotta wear the hearing aid. So I mean, I don't see. I see that an easy adjustment since you had those iPods in your ear 24 hours a day. You're probably sleeping with those things.
Now you got an hearing aid one ear,
now you got to wear a hearing aid. Thank God you're still alive, and this is a wake-up call to the others. Even my beloved Senny J right here. Be careful with these stupid things in your ear. Is it really that important to put these things in your ear? First of all, you're walking, you're oblivious to anything that happens. That might be a good thing, though, because, you know, if there's some type of supermarket or some kind of shooting, I would want some Airpods on, too, because I don't want to know when it's time to meet Jesus.
Oh, heck no. I want to know what's going on.
On top of that, I'd rather meet Jesus than the fear of the shotgun. But that's my issue. My whole thing is this.
You keep one in.
You shouldn't be wearing these things. You shouldn't be wearing these what do they call again?
AirPods.
What is wrong? How much do they cost?
They're like $250.
$250 to damage your ear. Now I understand that there's other things that we purchase that harm our body. I get it. But this is an easy one. First of all, if I had a 12-year-old child, they're not wearing that. They're not. No, we're not
Sean,
doing.
They have earbuds for everything. You can get them for your Droid. Those Beats by Dre. Right. They have those are earbuds. They're just earbuds. Yeah.
Those little thingies. I'm not putting in a 12. Yeah, of course. You're a grown ass woman.
You gonna wear some?
No, I don't want none. No, I don't want that in my ear. I'm from the Bronx. These things. You put these things in your ear, you don't even know what's going on. You get an Amber Alert, and then you go there. You got an alert, all right.
No,
you won't be able to hear no more for the rest of your life. And no, even though I despise the iPhone brand, I'm an Android user. They are not negligent on this one. I'm sorry.
I don't think they're negligent.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can't get a check for this one. Mom,
It could have. It could. What if it was a defective AirPod? Then they should. They have a right to sue these.
With you with that, but if they're giving you a warning, and you know a 12-year-old, and I'm not gonna bet my life on, you know the 12-year-old got the iPhone. What is it called again?
The AirPod.
The AirPod blasting.
AirPods.
The AirPod blast. You got a pod, all right? Now you're gonna be all the rest of your life. Now you're gonna be
Sure, you gotta cut it out.
You're gonna have a hiccup in your ear for the rest of your life.
I know that's horrible.
What else?
For some Amber Alert, they probably didn't
12 years
find
old.
nobody.
Oh my God! I'm sorry that this happened to you, kid. And the medical bills? Oh,
Yeah, the medical
be my
bill.
12-year-old and go deaf. You're going deaf. Our sign language game up because the medical bills we can't do nothing about.
So they only sued for, you said $75,000.
Yeah, they're suing for $75,000.
That's
right. That's it.
That's it.
They're suing for $75,000 and like other medical bills because they say this is going to be an ongoing process for the rest of his life.
That's why I'm like only $75,000. Usually it'd be millions, so they could cover
$45
the
billion.
Right.
the potential bills.
Man, where are these people from? Who are these
Was
people?
it California?
Texas.
God.
Oh, Texas.
What's wrong with these people?
San Antonio, Texas.
Well, that explains a lot.
You know, they're trying not to be greedy. They're trying to be,
Whatever.
be regular.
If I think your company product injured my son for a lifetime, I'm being greedy.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not gonna just sue for $75,000.
No, I get it. I get it. And you're absolutely right. The problem is, you see, again, we don't know these technologies.
Right.
There might have been something in that iPod that alert the manufacturer or whatever that, little Timmy over here wilding.
Not Timmy.
And he's talking too loud. I mean, he had the volume too loud.
Too loud.
And a Amber Alert about to come through. We tried to warn Timmy and his mom. We saw we sent them a message, but he kept it in his ear. And that's the problem here.
No,
they
they
might
don't
have the
give
technology to say, hey, listen, we sorry about Timmy, but we don't see no defect here. We'll still cut him a check for $50,000. And that's it. And Timmy, God, man, I feel bad for Timmy.
No.
Oh, yeah, but Timmy, you might get some Social Security.
He's a
Go into the Social Security.
Get that little $700 check.
Because you're going to have to get your hearing aid from Social Security anyway. So you might as well go through there. They're going to give you the Earpod 300.
Yeah, but Vanetta can he get a check from Social Security for that? So he's going to get a check?
What was he partially deaf? He could still hear the other one. It's
Only
not
thing, let me tell you something
Yeah.
about Social
he can still
Security.
hear the other end really well.
Cindy,
I'm going to try.
Cindy J, if you go to the Social Security office right now, wherever it is,
Yeah.
go into the lobby
Right.
and urinate on the floor. Just pull your hear me out.
They
Pull
gonna
your pants
call
down.
the
Pull your pants
police.
down. Pull your pants down. Urinate. You get a check right there. What
No,
else?
you
What's your
don't,
next?
Sean. Stop giving false information.
A check.
Cut it out. Stop giving false information because then they're going to call the police on your
They
ass.
would say like this, and then they're gonna
And
give you a
get
little bit.
out.
Then they're gonna give you a little bit of therapy, and when you go into therapy, just be like,
No.
and then you get your check. What else? Cindy?
That's how they do it.
That's how they do it.
A Michigan teacher is being placed on.
But y'all, see, the problem is y'all don't have the vision to go into an office and urinate. Because you don't think it's nothing wrong with that because you want to be healthy
We don't want to
and
be
broke. What you need to do is get sick and get this money.
We don't want to be arrested.
That's what they're going to do. I don't want a record.
You want to get a little record and then you come back in there and you be like, and they give you a check. The problem is y'all don't want to.
Oh,
I do.
I don't want to be deemed crazy or unfit.
You know how many crazy unfit people out here getting $5,000-$6,000 a month?
I don't know nobody that's crazy unfit. They getting that basic $798 or whatever it is.
Because they're not
Not that
saying nothing,
$798.
Barbie. They're not telling you.
That's what disability.
When they get that big
Only
heavy money, they ain't saying
all
nothing.
the people I know get checks like that from disability. I mean, Social Security is the ones who put in to Social Security and they have been retired.
Cindy, you can get all the checks you want.
I'll think about
Don't
it.
listen to Barbie. Go ahead.
Don't listen to me. I'm just saying what I
All
see.
the people she know get $790. People
Whatever
I know
it
get
is.
5,000. Go ahead, Cindy.
Okay.
It's who you know. Go ahead, Cindy.
I guess.
President Joe Biden.
Guess so.
You hanging with Barbie.
No, I don't hang with it. I just know that's what they get.
Everybody you know get $790.
That
People I know get
basic
$6,000. Go ahead, Barbie.
$700-$800, whatever it is.
Come on.
I'm weak. President Joe Biden went speaking about this monkeypox we got going on in the U.S. I guess this is taking place today, but it happened, late because this is going on in Tokyo. President Joe Biden sought Monday to calm concerns about recent cases of monkeypox that have been identified in Europe and the United States, saying he did not see the need to institute strict quarantine measures. Speaking in Tokyo about the virus, he said it was something to be concerned about. I just don't think it rises to the level of the kind of concern that existed with COVID. Monkeypox. Oh, sorry.
What?
Right? I was in the middle of my story.
Before you continue it.
I'm sorry. Monkeypox is rarely identified outside of Africa, but as of last week, there were 80 confirmed cases worldwide, including at least 2 in the United States and another 50 suspected ones. On Sunday, one presumptive case of monkeypox also was being investigated in Broward County in South Florida, which state health officials said appeared to be related to international travel. Although the disease belongs to the same virus family as smallpox, its symptoms are milder. People usually recover within 2 to 4 weeks without needing to be hospitalized, but the disease occasionally is deadly. The smallpox vaccine works for monkeypox. Asked whether the U.S. has enough stockpile of that vaccine to handle the spread, Biden said, I think we do have enough to deal with the likelihood of a problem. And it's also spread by skin contact with an infected person or through respiratory droplets as well. So
they trying to take us out.
I mean, I've seen this going around. Supposedly there's only like 2 cases. They're saying this one in Florida. I think they found one over the weekend in New York, but they said they have a form of that virus, but not specifically the monkeypox strain. So they're just keeping an eye on it. But I doubt it's anything crazy. But, wash your hands.
Right.
It's always your best form of defense.
Wash your hands. Keep them to yourself.
And keep them to yourself, keep that 6 feet. Because it looks kind of nasty.
Right. You have a little blistering bump, pimple. Ugh.
It goes away in 2 to 4 weeks.
Well, that's 2 to 4 weeks. I don't want to look all scaly and bumpy.
Yeah, and then like chicken pox, right. You might get like those like scars.
You have scars.
Well, here's the first problem: when you get the monkeypox, you're gonna start sounding like a monkey.
That's not true.
You're gonna be out there. Woo, 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 woo.
No,
it's gonna be a lot of that. Woo, woo. And then you talk about there's only 1 or 2 cases. That's just how COVID started. It was only 1 or 2 cases.
Case.
Now, while y'all busy on,
I think you still have more to worry about COVID than I think monkeypox.
While you're busy taking those selfies and busy doing the things that you do, you got monkeypox, and it's gonna come and bust our asses.
No, I don't think so.
And they're gonna come out with a vaccine for that, and you're not gonna take that as well.
I believe them.
And the COVID is back again soon, and every man for himself. And then you say to me all the time, Shawn, why you don't want to go back to the motherland? I don't want to go to Africa. I don't want to go to the motherland.
There's some racist innuendo in there.
I was just about to say that because they're always trying to say these diseases started there, but no, they brought them there.
But why are you even calling it that? Continue calling it smallpox.
Right. Monkeypox, really?
I don't want to.
Monkey, African American. Come on, Shawn.
I don't want to. I mean, does it have any racial overtones? Of course it does. Of course it does. But what I'm saying, me personally, I don't want to go back to the motherland. I don't want to go to Africa. I don't want to go where my ancestors were born. It's out of control over there. These countries here, they have no water.
Shawn, don't do that because there is a lot of countries over there thriving better than here.
There's only
way better than here.
There's only 1 or 2.
I'm sure it's more than
them. If it's thriving so much over there, why the hell we not moving there now? But Barbi Cologne, we'll move to Atlanta. We'll do that. But we won't move to Liberia and all the other in the Ivory Coast. And these places in Africa that we are not built for. And Barbi, if you go over to Africa and you want to live there, they have different women issues over there as
Oh,
well.
I know that.
So you want to go to the motherland, we preach motherland, and you preach going back over there with the monkeypox. And Barbi, when you get there, there's a whole different laws that they have for the women. Now, ladies, do you have the strong desire to move back or go back to the motherland with the monkeypox? And I do. I agree with you, Barbi Cologne. Yeah, a lot of these diseases are caused by the Babylonians, the Nordics, and the Scandinavians. I agree with you because black folks that live over there, they don't have the resources to get all these kind of viruses.
Right.
I do
And they
agree
was
with you
doing
on
just fine
that. I do agree with
before
you.
them Babylonians carried their little selves there.
But black folks won't move to Africa. We will go to Atlanta first because Atlanta is the new Africa.
Not to do Africa, Sean.
And Senny, who preaches about the black man and racial equality was never going to exist. I'm sorry to break that news to you, Senny. She is a young lady that will never go back to Africa.
I will for sure.
I would go visit.
No
Vacation.
No vacation.
I want to live
Senny,
over
I would go
Senny,
live there.
you
There
will
is
not
very large expat communities living in Africa. And Sean, a lot of people that come here, immigrate here from other countries, all they do is send their money back home and eventually go back there.
I get it.
Yeah, they come here, get rich.
I get it. But see, why?
you
But
think-
why?
home.
You
But
think
why black
everybody-
folks? Why black
this is
folks?
the greatest place
why-
to be. We over
why-
here getting shot in a grocery store.
Why regular black folks like us? Regular black two sugars.
Because it's lack of information.
No, we got all
And-
the information.
no,
we
they
have all
don't.
the information online.
Yes, but
We
people
got
are
tons of
gonna,
information. You can't
people-
tell me there's no information.
people migrate to where they're familiar with. Everybody thinks like you that everybody's walking around Africa with big belly babies
Right.
and flies and
Living in
disease.
huts and carrying on.
So
That's
they're
not-
not motivated to do the research to find places that are just, yes, of course, there are a lot of rural places, but there are also a lot of places that are industrialized and have an accepted Western culture, as you would say,
Right.
to make it more acclimated for, for somebody wanting to go over there. But that's what it is. They don't have the motivation to do it because they feel like it's a third world country. Little do
Barbi
they
Cologne,
know.
today, if you needed to move to Africa, what country would you move to?
I'd probably go to Nigeria.
Senny, what country would you go to?
I probably would go to Ghana.
See, this is the problem. You guys will say you moved there. These are the first two countries that come to mind because they're the most popular countries.
If I'm gonna go to where it's popping, where I'm gonna make some coins. I'm not gonna go to the rural areas.
But
Sean.
you guys,
I need to go to
but
where it's
you guys,
updated and
you
I can
guys,
survive.
people preach black love and Black Lives Matter. No one's going to Africa. No one's going. Not one person. There's about 500 people right now this morning, Barbi Cologne, at the airport right now because they moved to Atlanta. There's 600 people right now that moved to Atlanta. Before we move on to our next story, they moved to Atlanta, but you won't go to Africa.
Some people don't want to
Nobody.
live internationally. That's fine.
But
and
this
people
country is a bad
and
country.
people don't necessarily have just first of all, black people, not every black person comes from Africa. And you feel like you just
Barbi,
have to go
hold on a
there.
second, hold on, Barbi, could
There's
you look
plenty of
up-
other places
What's
where
up?
people can go
Could you look up
and live and thrive. There's a large black community that's moving to Mexico. There are a lot of black people that live in Bali, Indonesia.
And they're not going to Africa.
There are a lot of black. No, but I'm just saying there's a
Barbi,
lot
could
of
you-
different places that
Barbi,
you can
you,
live.
Can you
You feel like if you leave America, if you black, you just have to go to Africa.
have to go to Africa.
Barbi, could you could you
that?
find out the migration of American black folks moving to Africa and see what the percentage is? I'll be shocked if it's over 40%.
Why would it be
Yeah.
of over 40% of our population?
Under 40%. Under 40%. I want to know how many black folks regular black folks, instead of moving to Atlanta, move to Nigeria or whatever other country Senny talked about. I want to know if they're going over there. That's all I want to know, because black folks, and I'm black. I love being black. I'm not. And Senny criticized me for loving this country. This is where I'm at.
Yeah.
This is what it is. I've been to several
Sean
countries.
and Uncle Sam.
Yeah, I've been to several.
He love him some America,
Yeah,
boy.
you're
He
damn
even
right.
got a flag
You're
outside.
You're damn right. God bless America. Love me some American. Love you guys.
Sean got a flag.
But I do know that there's not a lot of folks that I don't know. Barbie's gonna find out now who's moving to Africa, and all this conversation, stems from the monkeypox. Yeah, they should change the name. Definitely racist overtones on that. But just please be careful out in these streets from all these other viruses. Senny, what else you got?
Staying on task with being racist. The Michigan teacher is placed on leave, administrative leave, following a worksheet that she gave to her students comparing former President Barack Obama to monkeys. The worksheet distributed compared former U.S. President Barack Obama to primates. The school has released a statement condemning the unnamed biology teacher's actions. Why y'all don't put the name?
Right. Let us know what we gotta
The
go
teacher's
after.
choice to use the curriculum.
Would you want your name out there? Go ahead.
It doesn't
I
matter.
mean, somebody did it.
The teacher's choice to use the curriculum with the disturbing racial offense was inconsistent with the school's mission and philosophy. We sincerely apologize for its use and the harm it has caused. While the teacher has taken responsibility and admits the mistake of not properly vetting the resource, we know that is not enough, and she has been placed on administrative leave until further notice. And it just goes on, the school apologized and blah, 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 blah. The Roper School is a private school that allegedly prides itself on diversity and alternative education. This school costs upwards of $30,000 per year. This is the elementary school. This was a worksheet. There was approximately 7 boxes, all with various, it looks like, animals on it, and some monkeys. It says apes, monkeys, and lemurs, an introduction to primates. And they had to check which ones were primates. And Barack Obama is listed in these. His picture is among these
I don't know why
animals.
they doing administrative leave. A person like that should be fired.
Just fired. Straight fired. 12%, Sean, of African Americans has migrated since 2020. 12.4%.
12.4% since 2020
have migrated back to Africa.
That's a good number.
It is. I would agree.
That's a good number.
Since 2020, see when that pandemic hit,
Right.
y'all got
Like-
skirt.
Hey.
I'm about to do the same thing as soon as my kids graduate.
It was like, we out here.
I'm out here.
Before we leave, Barbie, let me ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Senny. I appreciate you.
You doing
Oh.
that?
God bless you.
He's about to go in.
He is.
I want to ask you something.
Okay.
Thought came up in my head.
All right.
And when you have ADHD, boy, these thoughts, boy, they just.
Oh, they just be flying out.
Oh boy.
I agree.
Have you ever been in a situation? I'm gonna ask everybody, but I'm gonna start with you, Barbie.
Okay.
Have you ever been in a situation where how did you feel when you ran into or met an ex-boyfriend or someone you was dealing with for the first time? What happened? What
What does that have to
what-
do?
Way out the blue.
Well, yeah, that's
okay.
what-
What does that have to do with
that's what-
Obama and the
I don't give a
primary?
damn about that right now.
Okay, you know his ADHD's kicking in Senny. Go ahead, Sean.
Because
How do I
it leads
feel?
back to what I'm going to say in a minute.
Okay.
What type of feelings, everybody, God bless, I'm going to ask Barbie first before we get out of here. What type of feelings have you had if you, say you went, say you at a bar, say wherever, restaurant, and the ex walked in and it's the first time you've seen that person, or you didn't communicate, and it's a two-part question because sometimes it's a bad breakup. It's
I was
serious,
just about to ask.
or it could be a regular breakup.
It's a breakup.
But because even if it's a bad breakup or a regular breakup, it still provokes
some type of feeling.
Some type of feeling.
Right.
So my question to you is this, and to all the others, and Senny's, I'll go to you next. Have you ever been in a situation where you was in a public place and an ex walked in?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Thank God for Jesus. Thank you for your honesty. And God bless. Now, when you, let's go with the eye contact. So let's go. Like, say you're talking, and here this dude walks in. Is your first reaction a physical reaction or a mental reaction? For example, you know how sometimes you see somebody and you either flinch or your leg move or just something, or you grab a cup. There's something happens. Did you react physically?
No, I think it was more of a mental reaction first. Like, oh, wow. Okay. Thought process before. You got to process through your brain first, John, before your brain sends signals to react physically.
And when you reacted that way and you saw this dude walk in, what was your next thought?
I just said hello.
Oh. Wow.
Sure, I'm grown about mine. Any guy I've ever seen or dated, like I've never had a really, except for the ex, a bad breakup. I mean, I didn't have many breakups because I haven't had many relationships, but I've never had like a really bad breakup except for the ex-husband. Where you just go our separate ways. If it ain't working, we say it ain't working. All right, bye.
If you had an ex in the chat room, if you ran into your ex, and how was that first initial reaction? I'll go last. How was that first initial reaction? Senny. Oh, Senny, God bless you. Have you ever been in a situation where, on a motivational Monday, God bless, before we get out of here, have you ever been in a situation where you, and thanks for tuning in, guys, put a number one chat room if you're enjoying the show, put a number two if you're not. See, have you ever been in a situation, or even if you haven't, even if a girlfriend, somebody you with, I throw that out there just in case folks have never been in that situation. Senny, have you ever been in a situation where you, in a public place or whatever, and the ex walked in? Have you ever seen that?
Not really. Not really. But I've kind of been in spaces where like a friend has had somebody that she was like talking to at the time. She had they came into the place. And I was kind of like, ugh. But it was fine. Ultimately, no drama.
Back in the day, Senny J, before we get out of here. Great show, guys. We're going to get out of here, so. Senny, back in the days, I was dating somebody, right?
Right.
And we abruptly broke up.
Mm-hmm.
And it was weird for me because I didn't cause the breakup. Because usually I cause the breakup.
Right.
Because I'm always doing something crazy.
Oh,
or I'm acting inappropriate.
Right. They were like, bye.
They were like, bye.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I didn't get a chance to do anything inappropriate yet for the breakup.
That's toxic, Shawn.
What the hell is, you're right about that. What the hell is going on? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And communication stopped immediately. And then a few days later, this person was like, I'm seeing somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And they even went as far as saying, if you would have did X, Y, and Z, I wouldn't be talking to this person.
Oh.
That's what I said.
Is that how they broke up with you?
Yeah, that was the conversation. They said if you should have, if you would have came with me here and did the things that I wanted to do, and I did the things you wanted to do, we wouldn't be here. You kind of forced me into this situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they said to me.
Had they talked to you about it before?
No, that's why it was
okay.
just so abrupt.
Yeah, you were blindsided.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm the one who usually, destroys the relationship, so I was caught off guard with this, Barbi Cologne.
Right.
So when we had that conversation, and she said to me, this is when relationships, it's 64 right now. She said to me that we're done, right? And it's over with. Okay. But Barbi, was weird because it was so abrupt.
Well.
And then.
Sometimes you got to just.
That was a week. Now, Senny, a week went by. Now, about 2 weeks went by.
Marcus missed the one emoji. Johnson said she got you before you got her.
Right. Now, before we get out of here, maybe I got a burning desire. Senny, 2 weeks after that. Now, Senny, I was feeling this young lady.
Right.
It was dope. It was.
Aww.
Well, not feeling, not more in a loving way, but no, like the chick was
You
a
were
freakazoid.
happy with the way that the relationship was going.
Yeah, not only that, she was a freakazoid.
That's all he was happy about.
But she was good people's. She was good people.
Okay.
And then Barbi, after she had this conversation with me, like the breakup conversation, basically. Not only 2 weeks later, I go to the comedy show, and I see this woman walking into the comedy show with another dude and holding his hand.
You felt some kind of way about that, huh, Shawn?
Now, this was the first time I seen the ex. You said hello and kept it pushing.
That's it. Just be cordial.
And Senny said whatever she said.
What you say, Senny?
Not much of nothing.
No, I forgot what I said.
And Barbi, when
I said they didn't really. There wasn't no interaction between my friend and her ex that came in.
They didn't say nothing to each other.
Yeah, they didn't say nothing.
That's cool. I think that's kind of normal.
I mean, there was exchanged glances, but nothing.
And Barbi Cologne, when I saw from my own eyes the ex with the new guy holding hands, I was behind them. They didn't see me.
Oh, okay.
And my first reaction was, look at this ish here.
So you felt some kind of way, huh, Shawn?
And I have to be honest, everyone. Like, I got this weird feeling in my stomach.
Was it anger?
What was it?
Are you angry, Shawn?
I wasn't.
You expected her to still be upset that she wasn't with you, Shawn?
No, I wasn't angry at all. It was because I would be angry if we were still dating each other and she walked into a place holding hands with another guy. Yeah, I would be angry with that. But when I saw that, my it was a physical reaction first. Barbi Cologne. My stomach hurt, my leg twitched a little bit, and I was bent out of shape, sort of like when you walk down the block and you see something horrific or something happen that you don't see on a regular basis. You stop, and when I stopped, before we get out of here, and I looked, I said, oh-ish, and I was taken back.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. I try not to, get angry too hot with people or leave any situation or relationship I'm in on bad terms. Because I'm a nice, friendly person, and I want to just stay that way. But sometimes it don't happen. But if it was like a bad situation, I'm not speaking to you. You can kiss my foot. Okay.
Now, Barbi, God bless you. Before we leave, I'm on the show. We're at a comedy show.
It was a comedy show. Did you talk about it?
I'm at the show, and they're in the audience. Oh, my God. And Barbi, I performed. It's like nothing ever happened. I looked over, and the night went on, and I left. I get a text message the next day from the young lady. And you know what the text said?
What did it say? Oh, you can't speak?
No, it said, I let my new man know about you.
Okay.
I told him everything. Hope we still could be friends.
There was no need for her to say that. Could have left it at
And
what
Barbi,
it was.
I didn't reply
I wouldn't have replied
to
either.
the text message.
I wouldn't reply either.
Was Harvey hurt? Was I angry?
Yeah, I
But
believe
that
it
was one of the moments that I ran into the ex. Senny, I congratulate myself for the composure that I had. Because to see the optics of you having feelings for someone 2 weeks earlier and them holding hands 2 weeks later could be shocking to an individual.
Yeah, I wouldn't have responded either. Like, why you text me with this BS? Like, man, girl, move along. Move around.
She said,
bye.
My new man knows all about this.
You hear your man in 2 weeks? Girl,
knows all about it.
Bye. Bye, girl, bye. Move along.
Listen,
Yeah, bye. Ain't got time for that.
thank you for letting me share.
You're welcome.
Because I just
We're here for
I had a moment, and ladies, thank you. If you ever been in that, are they saying anything in the chat room?
Princess said you did the right thing. FOH, F out of here.
I didn't because I felt because I felt Barbi Cologne. If I responded to the message, now I'm a straight sucker, and I gotta continue to live sucker free. I refuse, and to this day, this was 15 years ago, but I didn't respond to none of that. But that was one of my experiences meeting the ex for the first time. All right, put in the chat room or in the group room your experiences meeting the ex. Are they saying anything real quick, Barbi?
Marcus, Mr. One Emoji Johnson said, I'm sorry, but yo, like, I'm not even dealing with that. Lee Scott said, you did it right. You did right.
That's right.
Right. I did see a comment. The Godfather Solar Tracy Ray said, he said, Shawn, that's why the woman run up to you asking you, where's your wife?
All right, there you go. All right, guys, we see you guys tomorrow. God bless you. We out of here.
Bye.
Wow.
Right, Princess.
You are absolutely right.
That's why I said, a new man after 2 weeks? Nah, she was already talking to him prior. She knew she was about to leave you short.
And Barbi, and still in all of that happened to me,
Right.
I've never taken that out on other women.
As you should, because it's not their fault.
But women, if that happened to them, now every man on earth after that.
Some women do that. Yeah.
Men do that too.
You can some do.
But
Yeah,
there's
some
a
women.
larger percentage of
there's not.
Of women that do
No,
it
there's
than
not.
men.
No, I wouldn't say that.
No,
I would
there's
say
not.
It's equal, because y'all just do it in a different way.
There's not a larger. Women continuously get their heart broken by men
Right.
all the time, and they continue to show up and to love. Men be getting broke up where they're cheated on when they're in the 6th grade and take it out on all women for the rest of their life.
This broke my heart.
I
in
totally
5th grade.
disagree.
Oh,
Of
no,
course
it's facts.
you do.
We'll pick this conversation up tomorrow. We'll pick
Bye,
it up tomorrow.
guys.
We'll pick it up tomorrow.
They get pissed off because it keeps happening. Different men, the same situation.
Excuse me?
That's what the problem is.
Okay, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate real
Oh,
fast.
my
A lot of
God.
times,
Show's over.
because a lot of females pick the same exact type of man.
There you go.
So you gotta kind of be a little.
But
more
what? All these
alert
men
to
all
say-
doing the same thing?
Not all of them, Cindy. You can't put all.
Well, how
every
can
man
all
in every
different
si-
women all
See?
pick the same type of man?
Because they got the same characteristics.
Well, they spread it
That's
out
the
far
type
and
of man
wide.
they going for.
See?
Sometimes you gotta look at yourself every now and again.
See, my
Cindy.
point is proven right here with these two.
Wait, I'm just saying, you gotta look at yourself every now and again, girl.
And that's the problem.
The facts are what they are. You can say,
Hill.
how can various women from different part of the world all have the same stories?
All women are running around with these resentments, even if they've been in the same experience.
They're all putting out the same negative energy for the same type of man.
Even if they've been in the same situation for 15 times, it actually molds their personality. We'll pick it up tomorrow. God bless.